All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live this Saturday around noon.
All right.
Oh,
Hello.
crap. Around noon, New York time. And most of the world should still be awake. Asia should be going to sleep. Australia should be in the middle of the night. Okay. So let's go with the show. Let's go straight to the charts. No announcements, other than there will be a private Q&A right after this public stream. Um, okay, here we go. All right, I just happen to be on my calendar. If you go to tonevays.com/calendars, you can find out which events or which countries or which cities I will be traveling to. And my next destination will be PorcFest. That is the Libertarian Freedom Festival, even though many of them think I'm a statist, in New Hampshire. So that's always a fun event at a campground. I believe it's sold out, but hey, nothing's stopping you from sleeping on the grass. Maybe. I don't know. So it is a Libertarian Freedom Festival, so we'll see. So that's where I will be. You can check out next month. I'll be in Miami for Mining Disrupt. And August, I will be in Mexico and then back in the US for BitBlock Boom. I don't have anything past August, but there'll be a lot because I will not be in the United States in September, October, November, or December. I will be traveling, hopefully, COVID pending, COVID restrictions pending, I should say. All right, let's go to the charts. That's the daily. This is the weekly. What happened to my monthly? Maybe I closed it. I don't know. Or maybe that's the monthly. There it is. Okay. Weekly chart. We are giving back all of last week's gains. This is, of course, unfortunate, but from a technical analysis perspective, there is not much interesting happening right here. We are still in a no trade zone to the upside or the downside based on the weekly levels. If we go back in time, and hindsight is always 2020, and that's why everyone is a trillionaire when it comes to looking at historical charts in hindsight, you can see the momentum trade and how well it would have performed. You have two momentum trades here. One, the break of the early 2020 swing high, which back tested textbook style. The other confidence building momentum trade is the break of the 2019 weekly candle close, which is also the break of the August 2020 weekly candle close. That created the biggest momentum trade so far in, I don't know, 3 to 4 years of Bitcoin, and there it is. We have not yet pulled back to the ultimate pullback level of $20,000. Will we ever pull back to 20,000? It is impossible to say. And right now, I still favor the fact that we will not go all the way to 20,000. How likely are we to break this moving average, which is actually rising fairly steeply? This is the 50 period weekly simple moving average, and it's possible for it to hold. However, the 20 period moving average is about to start declining fairly quickly. Right now, the weekly is in a no trade zone, and it might stay that way for a little while. If next week we start trading above current week's high, that creates a bullish situation, but you'll see from the daily chart, it runs us right into resistance, not to mention the weekly resistance of the moving average is sitting around 47K. Daily chart. Daily chart, unfortunately, did not fit my definition of in the vicinity of the death cross for a beautiful shorting opportunity. We came up a couple of days shy of this bull run, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome, Mary Fox Crypto. And I see many others whose names I recognize. Okay, so now the daily chart also has us in a little bit of no man's land. We had the selling opportunity coming with the MRI top. There was a warning arrow going down the candle before. Right now, I wouldn't rush into a short trade, just like I wouldn't rush into a long trade. There might be a red star candle coming up, maybe, but the time to short would have been a few days ago, and it still wasn't an ideal short. Would have been better had we got into the red circle. However, this death cross can still rear its ugly head over the next month or two. So right now, I remain completely neutral on the daily chart, and my bearishness would kick in once we start approaching the swing lows, but we can't approach those lows today or tomorrow. We have to kind of bounce off this area first, establish a lower swing high, because the last swing high was higher than the prior two swing highs. And that is why I would not be too bearish if we start breaking 33,500. I would want a lower swing high established. So if we go to 34,000 and then rally to 36 or 36 and a half, and then approach 34,000 again, I would then see a high probability short opportunity at that $33,500, but after a lower swing high is established. For now, the high level picture continues to deteriorate quite badly by looking at the moving averages. Let me go back to the weekly chart and turn on the Lucid SARs. And they are still showing you some issues. Okay. This is the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart broke down from consolidation, creating a beautiful momentum trade. Bottoms right on the MRI buy, takes you to a decent swing high, establishes a new lower low on the close and the swing low, telling me that this bearishness is not yet over. Then reversed a bit out of nowhere. My stop loss would have been hit. We created a new swing high relative to what happened yesterday. And right now, I'm neither bullish nor bearish on this hourly chart. Sometimes it's better to just wait. What about the 4 hour chart? Waiting on MRI. Same thing. The 4 hour chart looks a little more bullish than bearish, but you got so much resistance in a $37,500 area, maybe as low as 37, that I don't see it getting very far. GBTC, there was a reason I did not add to my GBTC position at the break of the prior swing high, mostly because of the MRI top being imminent and the death cross. And now we continue to wait. I remain generally bullish. I know I didn't play this area particularly well, but I do believe that this mini bear market will end this summer. The summer starts in about 3 days. So somewhere between 3 days from now and September, I believe we're going to kick off another huge bull run. The one thing that, okay, guys, I want to, well, wow, that's a weird transition. So I was at that mining summit in Lake of the Ozarks, and it was a very small event. There was like, I don't know, very few speakers. I was probably the most known person there, which is not a great sign, but I had a really good time, and I met a lot of miners, and I got to talk to them, and I got to understand some of their issues. And I also understand that many miners are still capable of mining Bitcoin at $5,000 to $6,000 a coin. So think about that. If miners can mine Bitcoin at $5,000 to $6,000 a coin, as long as they get out of China and find a new home, that's very, very profitable. The problem is it's not easy to start a mining farm, and because there are miners making such ridiculous money, it's really hard to get your hands on mining equipment because those miners have the connection to get more mining equipment. But because mining is so incredibly cheap to mine a Bitcoin, there's plenty of room for Bitcoin prices to go down. Just something to keep in mind. Not saying it will, just something to keep in mind. The MRI on Bitcoin dominance has been absolute money. Look at this beautiful buy. This is a daily chart too. Another beautiful buy and a gorgeous sell that was preceded by a doji reversal candle. I don't know how else to hype up the usefulness of the MRI than that chart. Gold puked out a lung, maybe two, on Friday because the US dollar was up big time, mostly on the rates news. So this creates a very interesting situation. Of course, I was bullish on gold going into the MRI top. This red candle, because it broke the top of the candle that followed the MRI top, made me still be bullish right here. But it's irrelevant how bullish I was here or here. This is why you use stop losses. And people that don't believe in stop losses don't trade for a very long period of time. Sometimes they only trade for a few days and they never trade again. So while I was bullish go until this candle and bullish again for a day and a half on these two candles, I certainly would not be in this trade at this point in time. Absolutely not. I still think these lows will hold. This is oil. The 1 to 4 candle correction may or may not be over. If oil breaks the tops of these two candles, I become bullish on oil. S&P also puked out a lung. I was, of course, bullish looking at this huge breakout above the prior swing high, but I was also cautious because of the MRI top. The MRI top would have saved my ass, and it did save my ass from going into the S&P 500 at this breakout. And this is why you use several things in combination to make analysis. Right now, this chart is pretty damn bearish, mostly because it broke two moving averages. But as long as we're holding these lows, we can certainly right the ship back up. I like this consolidation at the top. This generally leads to a lot more upside. Weekly chart doesn't look very interesting. The dollar still rising. The make or break for the dollar is the break of the 93 area. Let's see if the dollar can break 93 and break the prior swing high. I don't believe that it will. All right, and I want to look at one stock. I want to look at Amazon. Before I look at Amazon, the financial summit is coming to Dubai. And once we get this thing rolling, once this thing is close to sold out, we'll announce future destinations. This will be a multi-time-a-year event that is absolutely excellent, and ticket prices will rise. They will rise, guys. This is just above break even for us. So people are registering, and it's going to be a great event. It's more like a vacation with amazing networking. It's not even a conference. It's a networking event. 6 days in the desert. If you're curious what the rooms look like, all you got to do is click on this. This is the room that's included. And for some, having your own private pool in the backyard in the middle of a nature preserve may not be enough, so you can upgrade to something like this. That would be your own personal private pool on the upgrade. But it's not cheap. Dubai is not cheap, so you can check that out. Okay. Mempool is completely empty. It's been empty for the last 24 hours, but there are so many miners that are shutting down. Let's see what happens. It's a good thing that the difficulty has adjusted down, or it's about to adjust down. And so transactions are still relatively cheap. Okay, Unconfiscatable will be coming to Las Vegas in March. Keep you posted on that. And this week, I'm on a mission to find a venue for understanding Bitcoin in Dubai in October. And if we can score a venue in Dubai in October during the expo, come down to understanding Bitcoin, Giacomo, and hopefully Adam Back will be there. Giacomo definitely will. Adam Back is a little too early to know, but he wants to come. I know that. Busy man, CEO of a big company. Okay. Oh, my stock. I want to look at Amazon. And then we're going to do the private Q&A. I'm going to open up the private Q&A to the public probably this week. I think I'm going to make my life easy. I'm going to just set it at like $500 for the rest of the year. And I know sometimes I'm slacking, and this is the only private Q&A I'm doing this week. I'm going to try to do twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Yeah, YouTube is a cesspool. I really should move it to Twitch. I know. People are still complaining about Four Flies. Guys, I've met Four Flies. He's also attended my workshop a long time ago. I personally like Four Flies. You are adults. I teach people to trade and make your own decisions. You are adults. Yes, he has a private VIP, just like I have my private Q&A. No one is forcing you to sign up for it. He provides a lot of free information on his YouTube channel, and he has a private group, just like I have a private group. The difference between my private group and his private group is that he actively trades and shows his trades, or talks about it. Like, I don't want to say it's trading advice, but he provides the trades that he takes or trading ideas to his private VIP group, and I don't. That's the only difference, right? He probably charges more for his than I charge for mine, because mine is just open Q&A. But you are adults. No, he's not trading your money. He's not losing your money for you. He's not stealing your money. You're all adults. It's like a casino out there. Okay, I teach people to trade yourself. If you don't pay for other people's VIPs, you cannot be scammed, and you're still the one executing your own trades. Like, I know people think that I use the word scam very, very loosely, but I really don't. I really, really don't. You are a scammer if you are printing your own money, or you are recommending a scam coin. If you are recommending somebody else's printed money, or you have printed money, that's how you get in the Tone Vays, scam crosshairs. Other than that, you're adults. Decide what to do with your money. I really don't see the stock market crashing anytime soon, because the stock market is rising because money is free. So if money is free, why would the stock market crash? The government is giving money away. When the government gives away, the government is giving money away regardless of whether you are rich or poor. So when the government gives $1,000 to a poor person, that poor person goes and blows it on parties and cell phones and alcohol. When the government gives an extra $1,000 to a wealthy person, he puts it in the stock market. And then the poor person complains that the rich are getting richer. Well, yes, maybe you should have put that $1,000 into something else. Of course, the poor person also has to pay his rent, where the wealthier person may have his property paid off. Like, this is why you don't shut down the world for something that is maybe, 3x at most more uncomfortable than the flu. And yes, the flu can kill you, and COVID can kill you at about a 3x rate faster, or more likely. But this is why you don't shut down the economy. Can I look at total market cap? I guess. Maybe. Wait, I need to look at Amazon. Let's look at Amazon. Here's the Amazon weekly chart. The weekly chart is showing bullish. Why am I looking at Amazon? Well, someone suggested something based on the MRI. So MRI hit an MRI top on Friday. So what would Tone Vays do if Tone Vays was a trader? Well, let's see. You had a beautiful MRI buy right here. You had a beautiful MRI sell here. Yes, we went higher, but look, there was a level extension C ending here. And boom, right there, we have an MRI top right here. So what am I doing? I'm exiting Amazon. It's, of course, Saturday. So my advice is completely useless to you, not that it's trading advice. But I would have exited on Friday. I probably would have exited on Thursday, maybe, or Friday because of this. Now, I believe I should zoom in on Amazon. Let me see. I should zoom in on, oh, someone said about the 4-hour chart. I really don't care about the 4-hour charts on stocks because, yep, there was a second consecutive MRI top right there because stocks only trade 7 hours a day. So a 4-hour chart is not really that useful. Here's the 1-hour chart. I don't think it called an MRI top. Well, it kind of did. So if I was trading Amazon, I probably would have gotten out on Thursday. The 1-hour MRI sell on Thursday would have gotten me out right before market closed. I would not have taken a chance of going into Monday because of the daily MRI top. There's also a 2 and a 1 right here. I don't know what that 2 and a 1 means. I have to open the MRI, and the 2 is the 12-hour and the 1 is the 4-hour. So there's a 4-hour MRI top and a 12-hour MRI top. Wow, nice. And someone also told me there was a 15-minute MRI top, but that was probably on Friday, which I would not have been holding the stock. There was one more really beautiful example of how MRI works. Here it is, friend of mine. Oh, but I can't like screenshot that. Give me a second. Man, Telegram web isn't working like it used to. Oh, got it. Okay, here we go. Friend of mine showed me this. Grabbing the screenshot right there. So this is the MRI on soybeans. And look at how perfectly it called a top last year at the end of the year. Then it went right into an MRI buy. This was an MRI sell that did not turn the market. Neither was this. There were good exit points, though, with re-entries. This MRI top didn't do much. Beautiful MRI top here. Gorgeous MRI top here. Excellent MRI buy there. And look at this MRI sell that took place just a few days ago. Incredible. Soybean futures, we can go and pull them up. SB, is that soybeans? Nope, that's sugar. Tell soybeans. Is it ZB? No. I always forget what soybeans are. See how long it's been since I traded? I can't even recall my tickers. Soybeans, there is yes. There. Daily chart. Look at that. Just perfect MRI calls the last few months. All right, guys. I got to call it a day. I need to get to my private group. We got a bunch of people waiting to ask some questions in the private Zoom. I will open up the private Zoom to the general public. I will do that probably this week. I'll be at PorkFest. There's not much internet there. Maybe I'll even do it today. I might just keep my life simple and I'll just do, you know, $500 for the rest of the year and something like that. So you guys can register. That seems like a decent deal. That'll, you know, it's like a Patreon, you know, $500 rest of the year. And then next year we'll figure out if I'll continue with the private Q&A or not. Yeah, well, the goal of the private Q&A was to make these videos much shorter and then go to private Q&A, though I keep failing at that. All right, this is why I gotta go. Talk to you all on the next one, guys.